Introducing Daphnee Floreal. We have the great pleasure and honor of receiving one of Haiti's first female entrepreneurs in the business of craftsmanship with the launch of Bijoux Lakay. Bijoux Lakay, an introduction of Haiti's arts, talents, and culture, featuring an avalanche of jewelry created with recycled natural materials like horn, bones, and wood. The company has been in business for over a decade, continuing to empower local artisans while providing global market with an infinite creation of designs. Join Daphnee and myself on Sunday, December 15th at 2 p.m. EST for a rich and empowering conversation related to entrepreneurship, women in business, arts, culture, and many more. Sunday, December 15th at 2 p.m. EST, IG Live, Youth Agency International HT. I look forward to seeing many of you. Bye. How have you been? Give me some news. It's been forever. Congratulations on your wedding, on your boys. The last time I saw you, I don't even think you had any children. So that you see how long it's been I saw you?
It's been a long time. It's been a long time. So first, I want to thank you for having me, today for this conversation. And I think you are making like a very beautiful job, by having this kind of conversation with different people from different fields, in more creative field, I will say, because this is what
Yes.
I know
Yes.
for your area of interest. So definitely it's a pleasure to be one of the guests. So how I am, a lot of change for the last years, a lot of change like in personal matters, as you can see. I have two boys now. I'm married. I'm not in Haiti anymore. I left Haiti 2 years ago. So it's a lot of change, a lot of adaptation. I would say this is maybe one of the period of my life I have to really adapt more and more and more. So yes, it's been a very challenging time, but I feel that I'm moving forward, and this is what we have to do as a mom, as a professional, as a creative also. So you have no choice than move forward. Yes.
Okay. Before you joined, I was telling my guests, I was telling the viewers that the conversation series is so important to me because I gained so much. It's a conversation that I decided to bring forth to people because a lot of the times
Mm-hmm.
we have so many people in our network that are doing amazing work, people that are
Correct.
shining. You don't
Mm-hmm.
necessarily need to be like an A-lister for you to shine. And
Mm-hmm.
I do a lot of entrepreneurship work, and I work a lot with younger people or people my age who get discouraged, or they do a work, but the work is not perfection. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why it's so important for me to look into my contact because even with myself, Daph, I've been doing YouTube for over 10 years. And I
Mm-hmm.
just felt like I got to a point. YouTube now is such a different platform because a lot of the time people want to be on YouTube and they only want to
Mm-hmm.
be on YouTube because they
Mm-hmm.
want the viewership, so they want the
Correct.
fast fame, but they don't want that. They don't want the perfection, and they don't want to outshine. Like you have to be able, when you put something out, you have to be able to hone in your craft. So it's not only enough to be talented, but there's a
Mm-hmm.
path. There's a way for you to do it that is actually going to bring the success for you. So that's why it was
Exactly.
like so important for me to, because it's like moi, c'est moi qui toujours à parler. So I'm like, you know what? Let me start bringing in people that I know that are in my network and that are doing exceptional work. It was so important for me to let people understand that there actually is a way for us to, it's comme si être créatif et avoir beaucoup de succès dans ce qu'on fait, and shine. And you don't always have to want to have that fast visibility. But what you really want to do is you want to be excellent with the work that you do. So when I read your biography, I was really taken by it, And I never really got to know the journey of Bijoux Lakay. And I never got to know the how you started it, why you started it, what started the passion. So can you walk us through the beginning years? Like first, how was Bijoux Lakay founded?
So I will say that next year, Bijoux Lakay will celebrate 20 years in the field. So we started, like, I will say, it's maybe a casualty from the constant insecurity of Haiti. It was 2005, and you know what happened in 2005 in Haiti. We also back that and all this thing. And it was December, and normally for December, back in the days, you used to have very nice event. You used to have ball in Floreal. You used to have Coba Creole, T-Vice, Karimi, all those band, performing. And this year, there was nothing because you have Operation Baghdad and all those band, they couldn't come. So my sister and I, we had our money, like, our dad always, we have to pick like maybe 2 or 3 event we could attend for December. So you just have to pick, and we have this money, and we couldn't go to any activities. And I'm someone who always, always, always love craft. Actually, I grew up in a street where you have painting. In all the street, you have Comité Artisanal Haïtien. It was in the same street in Paco. So I grew up in craft, I will say. So I always have my own bullhorn earring that I used to buy from them, and people always, compliment me like your jewelry are beautiful. Always have to give them, and I have to say that my background is in business management. So and I'm like, we have this money, we can go to any activities. Why we don't use this money to buy the jewelry from the craft store and sell them? Because people will still need to give, some gift even they don't have activities. And we did that. We buy a small stock and we sell them so fast that we say, okay, so people really love them. And after maybe 6 or 7 months, I'm like, the artisan keep doing the same design, is the same thing. And I personally, I'm not someone who love uniformity. I love things to be different. So I'm like, if I can at least have one artisan that could do what I have in mind for the bullhorn, it will be helpful. And as I told you, I grew up in this street. So the owner of Community Artisanal, they know me since I was a little girl. So I just go and talk to them. Let's say, listen, I would love to have my own design made in bullhorn, and can you please recommend me an artisan? And they say, of course. So they give me a contact of one artisan. So I was very shy in the beginning because I'm like, I don't think people are gonna love what I'm doing because it's so different than what they used to have. It's really the round, it really is the rectangle, like the basic geometric form. And I'm more an abstract artist, like creating my own design. And I'm like, I'm not sure people are gonna love them. So in the beginning, I tried to do new design just for myself because I didn't want to keep wearing the same. And I was shocked. People just adore them. They keep asking me, and I'm like, okay. So my sister, she's a doctor, and she was studying in Notre Dame. And Notre Dame is like, it's just 5 minutes from my place, and I was at the university also. So every time we wear our stuff, people like always ask us. So we just have a demand that just create, and we keep doing the business. We keep selling. And back in the days, if you remember, in 2007, there was the first like Haitian craft fair that happened, that is artisanal affair, that is actually happening now in Caribbean. For there's 18 years, 18 edition actually. And I also encourage everyone in this life, please go to artisanal fair if you are in Haiti, because this is something that we should always encourage. So and they have the first edition, and it was for free. You don't even have to pay because they were so supporting the craft movement. You just have to come. That's it. But before artisanal affair, they make a test. If you remember back in the day, there was Musique en Folie also in Haiti. And at Musique en Folie,
I was just studying working at Unibank, and they had like Unibank was one of the main sponsor, if you also remember that. So they just say, okay, we have some free space. If someone want to exhibit some art, craft stuff, they can do it for free. And as I was part of Unibank, and I'm like, people where I was working know that I was doing that. They say, why you don't take a table? It's for free. You are from, you're from Unibank. Why you don't do that? And I'm like, okay. And I asked them, they say, of course, you're one of our employees, of course. So I got this, and I think I was one of the first also in the field, like having an album, like having making a shooting, professional shooting, and presenting the piece, just not presenting on the table, but having like some branding with them. And the feedback of the public was so high, like I was sold out. So in 2007, when they have artisanal fair, I was very more confident. I said, okay, I'm going to exhibit, and I prepare more stuff, more product, more line of earring, more line of bracelet, everything, and it was a success. And since then, we always did artisanal fair. The only artisanal fair we didn't make it was last year and this year, because obviously we are not in Haiti, and it's not even because we're not in Haiti. There's so much issue now, to keep managing the business while we are abroad, that we have to say, okay, sometimes you have just to take a step back. And this is part of the entrepreneurial journey. You have to know when to stop and when to move forward. And unfortunately, this is where we are now. We have to not be able to participate in artisanal fete. There's no way you can come in Haiti now if you're from the United States. Airport is closed, everything is closed. Production was okay, but we can't do it now. So yes, this is how we start, and we got a lot of opportunity to represent Haiti in big event, in international level, in different country. Been very blessed, I will say. So yes, this is where we stand.
Wow, what a beautiful journey. It's really refreshing to hear you talk about it because, I was under the impression that you was going to tell me that you woke up and you had a dream and you wanted to do it, but it's not. It's really not. Matter of fact, your business started out of a necessity, I would say, because the country was on a semi lockdown. There was really no activity going, and you and your sister decided that, hey, let's just do this. So, but when I think about the way that you started it, and to see the drive and the determination and where you push the business, where did you get that drive? Because it's not so much that you are you're designing it, but it comes from like the craft. It comes from the artisan. They're doing it. But for you to continue and to push, it's been over a decade of you working. And with that decade, you've participated in so many events here in this country, regionally, internationally, and you're still striving. So what keeps you motivated to push forward with your business?
So I will say that first, entrepreneurial journey is not for the weak. I always say that. If you want to succeed quietly, I want to say quietly, if you want to succeed quickly, you should not go to entrepreneurship. It's not the journey that gonna give you the feedback quickly. Of course, there's always exception, but even for the big name, if you take the time, you look at the story of the Amazon or even Facebook, if you take the time to go through the journey of Apple, all those big names that you're looking now, it wasn't easy in the beginning, and it's never easy when you come from a country where you don't have the basic of infrastructure. I will say that I have 2 years in the state, and if there's one issue I have with Bijoux Lakay, it's the lack of inventory. I don't have any other issue. It's just the lack of inventory, because Haiti is there's always something happening. You can produce, there's gang that block, you can have the raw material, the artisan can go to the workshop. So the issue is not the distribution. Actually, I have to take step back, because there's major brand that try to reach out to me and to have the presentation. And because I've been in the wholesale business for 12 years, so I know the wholesale business. Is there's one thing you have to do to keep the wholesale business and the wholesale respect, because it's one network, very simple, very close network. I would say if you sell to Nordstrom, you sell to Macy's, it's the same network. So they know if you are serious, if you're not serious. So you don't want to get in this network if you can keep your word. You have two things to respect. You have to respect the quality. And when I say the quality, the finishing, and also like if they order this item from you, this item they need to have. If you can do the item, or if you do something different, just say, okay, I'm just losing the money, I'm fine. Because this money that you're losing, it's nothing compared about if you lose the respect of the brand. So this is something very important for anyone to think going into wholesale. Wholesale is not easy. And wholesale is really about negotiation. But the most important thing about wholesale is the respect of the delay. Shipping. So if you say that you're gonna ship this, you're gonna produce it in 3 months, you're gonna ship it, they're gonna receive it, at the least this time, you have to be able to respect it. We've been doing the wholesale for 12 years. We always deliver at least 2 weeks before, because this is how we gain our respect, and this is how our wholesale partners been with us for 8 years, 9 years, 10 years. But when you have a country where you can't know if the airport will be open, if the artisan will be able to bring the production to the quality control center, you can take wholesale order. And this is why this year I take one wholesale order, I almost lose all my hair, because this was at this time we got the order. We work on the samples on December last year. We validate everything in January. In February, we got the order. In March, the airport was closed in Haiti. So, and we have, but my deadline was June, because I know my country always give myself at least 1 month more. And thank God the airport was reopened, I think, in June, so we've been able to deliver it. But the order was ready since April, sorry. So just to give you an idea about all the limitation you have when you're from a country like Haiti, whereas the minimum in terms of instability is like just the current word. It just, we never know how tomorrow will be. So this is really difficult to move forward. I decline like so much big opportunity this year, because I know there's no way I could respect those delays based on how unstable, based on all the uncertainty. And I'm like, I just want to structure it, because I want to make more focus on the online sale, because at least I know I sell what I have. I want maybe to more focus on about some specific item, but our main business have been for years really the wholesale, and we have to reconsider that based on the reality, unfortunately.
That is very, very challenging. However, there's still like a lot of drive. One thing that I'm noticing is that when you started the business, literally Haiti was going through a rough period. Although around that time I was not living in Haiti, but I remember clearly, vividly, between 2004 all the way to like 2006, Haiti was in turmoil. So is it because you started the business in turmoil that you still kept pushing? Because, people who are looking at Haiti right now would probably say there's no hope. We'll probably say, why should I start a business? Whereas you started your business when Haiti was going through it, and it's been prospering for 10 plus years. And you've literally just said that, okay, you have to be disciplined. Okay, you have to have a word. You have to make sure that your production is up to par. You have to make sure that you're not selling, something that is not of quality. By the way, I have so many of your jewelry from the previous collection. So many of us from Bijoux are your client, because I became your client because the jewelry was so different. Like you said, the older jewelry, they were so different. They were still the horns, but it was not what the common things that you saw everywhere here in Port-au-Prince or even the Caribbean. It was very, very different, and I love that. I love that, you catered to almost everyone. You had different size also. You had the bigger size, you have the smaller size. So what I really want to know is that how do you find that now you're not necessarily, Haiti is definitely at an impasse. So you're taking a loss because of the current situation, but you're not giving up. you're not giving up. Where is that continuation and that passion? And are you also, because you said you're not participating this time around in Artisanat en Fait, is it because you are not here? Do you have representation? Could it be that in the future, Bijoux Lakay would have other representation since you're no longer living here in the country?
I will say that in the beginning when I just moved from Haiti, I it was the plan, like to keep some representation. And back in the day, we were present in like 5 stores in Haiti. So yes, I did have my showroom, but we were present in different store in in Pétionville, we were in Kiana, we were in Lakay, we were with Création Dorée. Also, we were in different other store, but a lot of them unfortunately closed. Castle is still there, and also Can is still there. But honestly, we weren't sure how we will go in if we will keep doing it. So let's say that I like to say that, and again, because first I'm a business manager, so I'm a manager. I'm very like realistic when I'm taking a decision. There's different type of business. This business, it's really an emotional business, because let's say jewelry is not something, it doesn't meet any basic need. It's like the basic need is really like what you eat, what you drink, if you're sick, those are the basic needs. Jewelry, it's really more, if you go, let's say if you talk about the pyramid de Maslow, it's really more about identity, because you feel that it talk about your roots, it talk about the Caribbean roots, it talk about the African influence, it talk about like we have our own identity just as being a Caribbean. And it also talk about the proud also to have this type of jewelry, because a lot of Guadeloupean, Martinican, they buy my jewelry because they say this is us. So I know that my jewelry feel the two needs, but it's not the basic one. So this is first thing we know. So because of that, I was looking how the situation was going in Haiti, and I'm like, what's going on in Haiti? It will be difficult for people to focus about this kind of need. So if I'm gonna do whatever I will do, it we're gonna put a lot of effort, a lot of follow up. That will be difficult for me because I'm in an adaptation stage in my life, also in the US. So it's really step by step. I have a lot of demand also for Bijoux Lakay here in the state. So in the same time, I left Haiti, but in the same time also, it's a good opportunity for me to let people in the diaspora who didn't have the chance to know Bijoux Lakay, but who heard about Bijoux Lakay, because I made the experience. Like they know, and it's not just only Haitian.
Yeah.
I met people from different places. I have the chance to be in the Brooklyn Museum. I have the chance to be in Grand Bazaar in Manhattan. And I shared like different other, specific event that been organized by different professional network. Listen, the people, they know the brand. They don't know me. Like, oh, Daphnee Floreal, okay, but they know Bijoux Lakay. We know Bijoux Lakay. We follow Bijoux Lakay. I got so much people buying for the first time from me that were following the brand for years. And it's funny, like when I go to any social gathering, and I always wear my jewelry, of course, and they're like, oh, I love your jewelry. And I say, thank you. And they say, oh my God, there's this girl. She's Asian. She make beautiful jewelry for years. And I'm like, okay, what's the name? And she's Bijoux Lakay. And I'm like, this is me. What? So because I'm a very low-key person also, Rebecca, like I'm a very simple person. I'm like, I know everything positive that happened in my life. It's like, it's not luck. I work very hard. I'm a, like, my husband say that you're just, he always say that, so fonceuse. I'm sorry if I say that in Creole because it's the way I felt to say it. Like, it's emotion fonceuse, like, ou juste foncer. And this is me. I never stop. I raised my 2 boys the same way. Like, guys, you are here in the United States. This is not your country. Yeah. You're Haitian. Your roots are Haitian. But you are here. You have no other choice than succeed. As simple as it. And they're like, okay. So this is the same. This is the same feeling. This is the same philosophy. I hate to lose. I'm a winner. This is my mindset. So I'm gonna win. So if I come in a place I'm not sure how that thing works, I take a step back. I observe my environment. I say, okay, this is how I'm gonna move. So even now, you will say last year I made like more than 20 events in the state, like in different states, not only in New York, in different states. This year I maybe make 6 or 7 because I learned. I was doing like a study market, I will say, because I wanted to understand, okay, how that works, how the culture works, because the culture is not the same than our culture. What is the taste? What they love? What is the color? What is the impact of the season on their preference for jewelry? You know, that make a whole difference, because we used to live in a country and well, we have just one season. It was just the summer. And you know, at the end of the year, it was a little colder. That's it. But now, yesterday, it was -3 Celsius in New York City. Okay. So today is a blessed day because it's 6 Celsius. In Haiti, we don't have this. So in Haiti, you can wear a big earring like this with your fan, Rebecca.
Yeah.
But me now, I'm not wearing this big earring because first, most of the thing that you wear is like this kind of, you know, neck you have. So if it's not something like this very light, it's gonna just keep bothering me. And maybe I lost a lot of earring just like this because I'm like, Jesus, okay, it doesn't match with, because you have to put a scarf to protect your neck, you have to put everything, so you can't wear. But there were a lot of necklace. I learned that by observing. There were a lot of bracelet. Bracelet has never been my top sellers in Haiti. Bracelet is my top seller here in the state because people wear a lot of bracelet. So if you don't make this investment of your time to understand your market, you screwed. So now even if I'm celebrating my 20 years, but believe me, it's like I'm just in the beginning here in the state, because New York is a different reality. And don't forget it, New York is a fashion city. So people in New York, they are fashion. So the big piece, the people were like, it's too big in it. Listen, I don't even have one in stock now, because when I go to those markets, those ladies, they come in, and you know what? Other experience I made in New York, I said, okay, this earring is 35. People pay me 50, and I'm like, why? They say, because that you can sell that 35. So this is what that was my reality check in this country. Like they say, you can sell this at this price. You can, and they just tell you that like in front of you. Like I'm like, okay. So I'm learning. So so I really love the fact that I have the chance to be in a new market. I'm learning, and I try to create for this market also, because it's a huge market. Listen, there's 1 million Haitian living in New York City, just New York City. So you don't know, and you have the African market. They really love my stuff. So when I exhibit, you will have a bunch of Latino people from Peru, from Ecuador buying from me. You have people from Marrakesh buying from me. You will have a lot of Caribbean buying from me. It's not just Haitian. So it's like learning how to adapt with all those change. And I'm like, I didn't feel I have the strength, honestly, to find a strategy of distribution in this time for Haiti because I didn't even understand like where I am. And I'm like, and if there's a basic that they teach you in marketing, you have first to focus on your direct environment. And your direct environment is your physical environment, is your cultural environment, is your economical environment. So people in your environment, people who look like you, they are your first customer. And this is true. So I feel like I don't have a good understanding about what's going on in the insecurity in the climate in Haiti. I want to focus where I am because I might not have this opportunity a second time, so let me take full advantage on it. So this is the reason I decided I'm not here, I'm not participate in those events. I know I will come back, definitely, but when I come back, I will figure out. So for now, let me focus on where I am. So this is where I stand now.
Wow, first, I really want to say that I'm learning so much from you because this is the importance, and hopefully for people who are more in my name, meaning that operate a lot more in creative fields, when you are talking, you're literally eating up all the questions you have for you because I think it's the business management background that you have. So automatically, it's like letting us know that you know what you're talking about from a business perspective. So the first thing that I'm going to actually correct you with, when you said that, creating jewelry is not necessarily solving a problem, a direct problem, I would sort of disagree with that, only because of the fact that Bijoux Lakay is probably serving the needs of so many people here in the country of Haiti. Because you do not work alone. You work with artisans that are crafting and making those jewelry. So you are supporting their livelihood in a big way. And I'm very certain that your business is going to blow up. And the other aspect that you must always remember outside of that, yes, is jewelry, it's fashion, but it's also serving your community, because it's bringing in a profit for the people that are creating that in a country that has very little opportunity. And the second thing that I'm going to say is that now, with the surplus of profit that you're making, because you are in a different environment, you have a bigger market in the United States, it could be a lot more profit, a lot more income to do different work here in the country. So that's just a little, I think it's the nonprofit girl in me. That's just a little rectification that I really wanted to make. But to hear you, when you were talking about, are you here?
Yes, yes, I'm
Trayvon?
here. I put myself on mute. I put myself on mute, but I'm
Okay.
here.
Okay, when you were talking about, the fashion, I could close my eyes and see Brooklyn. I could close my eyes and see the ladies, the different hairstyle, and just them rocking your piece, and just them rocking the, like, I could just, when you were talking about that, I could just close my eyes and see myself in Brooklyn and see the various hairstyle, haircuts, fashion, and just see Bijoux Lakay. And I am so happy that we're having this conversation, because as I mentioned to people, it's been forever since we've connected. But now I'm getting so many ideas that I could just bounce off with you for the upcoming year, in terms of like fashion show that Bijoux Lakay could make, and bringing out like so many people on your end, like, to make sure that you have that extra visibility and draw a lot of profit into you, because the jewelry are extraordinary. Now, I am going to say that, okay, you have the market, you have everything, you have everything down, because like you said, and it's something that perhaps people who make jewelry only for the Caribbean are not always understanding. I remember when I lived in the US, I rock a lot of my Haiti, pieces in the spring and in the summertime, and a little bit in the fall, because as you just mentioned, with the winter time, it's more buckle up. But it's also because people who only create, jewelry, fat pieces, and in Haiti, or clothing, they tend to make it very tropical, very, very tropical. So those of us who want to wear our pieces from Haiti, we can't wear it in the winter, we can't wear it in the fall, because it's not, weather appropriate, or the colors are too vibrant for the weather. But now that you are living in the US and you are seeing what people are wearing during certain season, I feel like it's actually really, really good, because you're gonna get a lot more creative in terms of like perhaps other creation that you may bring with your brand, right? So with that being said, I want to know, is there an expansion that you're thinking about with Bijoux Lakay now that you are in a new environment? Are you thinking about branching off? Is there a possibility for branching off outside of the jewelry, or no? The second thing that I want to ask is, I do follow your page. I can see such a difference from the jewelry that you started with. I feel like it's not necessarily the same jewelry that Bijoux Lakay is presenting. Is there a particular reason why you're no longer strictly doing the horns? Like, it's not that, like, I'm seeing different things. Not to say that I don't like it, but there is an evolution. Why is that?
It's like, because maybe one of the thing that people tend to forget, it's like, first and all, I'm a designer that I create, and the material that I use to create, since now it's the bullhorn. But in terms of evolution, I will say that I start to put other entrant in my jewelry. Why? Because one of the things that we have to understand is like, if we don't evaluate, if we don't, learn, we at some point people will be like, okay, she's doing the same thing. And this is one thing I don't want that people see. So you will see, for example, from my last collection is really more sophisticated. Why I did that? It's because I realized that I have a clientele that is very sophisticated. This is the real reason. So I realized that the same way I want people to be comfortable to wear my pieces, to go to a cultural night, something very Creole, something very Caribbean, I want them to feel comfortable to put it in a gala. So I start creating pieces that were like piece that you can wear in big event. I was even working on a collection. I'm like, okay, for wedding, for example, I was working on a collection like this. I work like so much collection. I say, okay, because I want to do this, because I want to do that. I didn't put them in production yet, but to be honest with you, I made up a collection just for like cold weather, just like this. It's really more necklace, it's really more bracelet, and people love them. So maybe it's not a collection I will present in Haiti. It's a collection maybe I will keep more for those type of environment where people are more like this. Haitian love earring. This is what Haitian wear. They wear earring. They wear, some people love set. But here in the state, I will tell you, earring is not the first thing. It's depend of the environment. Of course, if I'm in an Asian environment, it's not different. They will love the big earring, okay? But there's some other environment, they want small earring, like very small earring, something that was more functional for them. So I try to really to cover all the stage, I will say, where my clients go, what they do. And also my client, the same way Bijoux Lakay has 20 years, there's client that been with me for 20 years. What you are wearing when you're in the 20s, not what you're wearing when you're 40s. Your taste change. And the Gen Z, I'm observing the Gen Z. I don't really understand the Gen Z. I need to understand the Gen Z. If I want to produce for the Gen Z, I need to understand it. So we are from the Gen Y. We are the millennial. So I'm still producing for the millennial. People from older than us love my jewelry, so I didn't really have to change nothing to have them buy my jewelry. But the reality is like it's easier for me to produce for my generation. So and my generation become more sophisticated. I become more sophisticated. You become more sophisticated. We grow, we learn, and we change, and it's normal to change. So I am the type of girl who was wearing like those big earring. Now I'm more in the style. I feel myself more comfortable in the style. And I guess we got kids. When I got kids, my kids was like dropping my earring, and I'm like, Jesus. So they're a baby, so they were always in your ears. And even though I have those smaller that should less attract them, they're still here. So sometimes I just remove them just to have my peace of mind. But just to explain to you that we evolve a lot. Our taste of fashion evolves a lot. Our taste of color evolves a lot. Our type of design, what we wear, evolve a lot. And the printing evolve a lot. So, and we have to adapt with all this thing to make sure that we're still producing. There's product, I'm sure that if I will have to come back with them, first I will never come back with them the same way. I will have to make some adaptation. I will have to put some some material. I will have to change the design, the size, because I'm pretty sure the same people that bought it years ago don't find themselves in this anymore, because we have changed during this 20 years.
Okay. Now, Daph, obviously you could see that with Haiti, there are a lot of people that are creating a lot of arts, a lot of jewelry. Everyone came, and everyone, it's kind of like Bijoux Lakay started it, but afterwards so many people continued. The first question that I'm going to ask you is that, how did you embrace that competition? Because one thing that I have observed with some people in the country of Haiti is that they don't take competition so well. They're not understanding that sometimes you launch a business in Haiti and it takes off, but you're going to have other people who are going to come that are not necessarily going to copy you, but it's like you are inspiring people
to come out with whatever it is that they're doing. So how did you manage the competition when it started to come?
Oh, I would say that first they copy me. This is the first thing I would say clearly. They copy me, and let me tell you something. I'm gonna just explain you an experience I made, and you will maybe understand where I position myself. In 2020, when we had the COVID, there was a first Caribbean Jewelry Summit. So we were a jewelry designer from all the Caribbean, Trinidad, Jamaica, all the island that you know. And I was invited for Haiti. And we had a conversation because you know the Caribbean is really more about tourists. Like people go to the Caribbean to vacay, everything, good and bad. We know what we're talking about. So, and I always say, guys, there's no way in terms of strategy. You have one concentration in terms of offer. It can just be the beach, the sea, the sun, the food. It can be just like this. We have to offer some tangible product. Because what happened in the COVID, the economy of a lot of Caribbean country has suffered a lot because they couldn't have tourists, as simple as it. So I'm like, why we can have country like Marrakesh that is well known for the big silver pieces or big stone pieces? Why we can have a Caribbean, sorry, a Caribbean destination that is known for fashion, that is known for jewelry, that is known for accessories? Why we can't build a new market for us and brand it like this? My take is very simple. Haiti will never be a destination of jewelry if I'm the only one. If we are 10, we'll still not be enough to be a destination of jewelry. We need to be at least 50. Yeah. And I say 50 being that consistently. I made pop-up for the last 3 years before I left Haiti, where I had people doing bullhorn jewelry being exhibitors. Mm-hmm. That answers your question. So I have people doing jewelry that not in bullhorn being exhibitors. Actually, I know that I set the trend, but what I wanted to do when I started and I weren't that aware that this is what I was doing, it's like you can be a professional, you can work in the corporate world, but you need to have another business because you can't just have one source of income. You need two sources of income. And now you need three sources of income because you need to invest. So people can just be comfortable to having a 9 to 5. We need to see how you can have other income. And I know I talk a lot about this for a long 10 years. So there's no surprise that I realized that after that, you find people being like big professional in different fields, but being passionate about photography, doing that. You see people doing fashion. You see people doing other stuff. It's like it become a trend. And it wasn't a trend just in Haiti. It was an international trend. Mm-hmm. Like people realize, okay, we can do other things. We don't have just to focus on our 9 to 5. We just don't have to set to be in some cases. We can explore more, professional level. So personally, I never see the competition as an issue because the competition is really something that pushes you to get out your comfort zone. You want to create more. You want to differentiate yourself from the competition. I have people wearing pieces from the competition calling me, oh, I heard that you have something that you don't like. It's a listen, let me stop you. My competition is not in Haiti. And I'm very honest with you, Rebecca. I don't have any competition in Haiti because I create concept, I create a trend, I brand, I put money on this. Like if I show you my budget for branding, it's something. The last collaboration we made with Pascal, with Bijoux, she was your guest actually. Academy Pascal, you was here. We made a collaboration with dancers. Come on. You didn't see that in Haiti. We will not see that in Haiti because we don't see ourselves as a Haitian business. We see ourselves as an international business. We have an international market. We sell online. So how can we define ourselves as a Haitian business? We are registered in the United States. We are not an Asian business. We are an international business. So Haiti is not a competition for me. Whoever in Haiti copy my piece, I will be very comfortable to tell you, listen, you are copying my piece. Simple. Yes. Okay? Sometimes when there's fair like artisanal fair, they come to my stand, a bunch of, I'm like, Jesus, guys, you're not my competition. We are not in the same level. We're not in the same field, so we're not talking. I know I've been inspired. You respect for that. But listen, we're not in the same field. Like,
Yeah.
I do museum. I've been invited in a French museum for something. I declined it because I couldn't answer like their order. We couldn't find an agreement. And my husband was pissed off. Daphne, this is a museum in France that invite you and you just decline. I said, you know why I decline it? Because I've been in this business for years. They always tell you the same. I will not say the word, just by respect to all your audience, telling you, okay, I'm giving you visibility. Visibility don't pay bill. Visibility don't pay the wage of my artisan. Every time an artisan put themselves out to create a piece, it's a lot of risk now. So personally, I always raise my artisan, but now I feel I have to double what we pay them because it's more risky. It's more difficult to get the piece. So if you're gonna sell my product 10 times the price I gave to you, and you're not willing to sell it maybe 7 times the price just to pay my artisan a more respectable wage, we can do business. And it's like, this is a museum in France. I'm like, I live in New York. There's a ton of respectable museum. I will find my niche. But I'm not taking those things anymore from anyone. So just to explain you, I choose my market, I choose my channel of distribution, and I just know the competition is not Haiti. The competition is the world. The competition is India. The competition is China. You can't know how many times Indian company reach out to me asking me if they want to work for me. They're like, the design we see that you're doing, we want to produce it. I'm like, I produce in Haiti. I'm a handmade Haitian company. I produce in Haiti. They come, people from China. So I get contact in a regular basis by people from Ecuador, for example. Like, when I say to someone, it is not my competition, it's not because I take up all of that. I'm a very simple person, but I'm not saying the truth. I'm not in this level anymore. I left this level years ago. I'm in another level, and this is why now I'm not even thinking about competition. My really worry is like how we can make sure that Haiti become a reference for this industry, or reference for craft, or reference for handmade. How can Haiti become this? This is the real question. It's not about like someone doing handmade jewelry, bullhorn jewelry. And this is one of the reasons also you will see me in less pop-up. I don't want to do pop-up anymore, Rebecca. I'm very honest with you. I don't want to do that. So this is something I might be maybe 3 times or 4 times for big event. But it's not something I feel I have to do because I made my time, I made my years. I have more than 2,000 lists of clients all around the world. Even if I can have 10 or 20% of these people returning, I will be fine. My artisan will be fine. So I'm not in this period of time where I have to fight. I don't need to do that. What I need to do is to renew the engagement with the people that I already have and go to new market. If there's a market I have to do, I want to be there. It's an African market. I want to be in Nigeria. I want to be in Cote d'Ivoire. This is where I want to be. You know? So anyone who's thinking about Bijoux Lakay, about the competition living in Haiti, they're just missing something important because I'm not in this level anymore. For me, it's more promoting Haiti, giving Haiti a platform, and I work in the corporate work, I work in the finance work. So you will see me having going all those cocktail, those reception with my Haitian goodies. You will see my purchase for Veve Collection or for Simone Boise. You will see my send off for class on the way. You will see my dress for Miko or for David. So I wear Haitian designer because for me, this is where I feel like I'm more an ambassador for Haiti than being like Bijoux Lakay, to be honest with you. So this is where I stand.
You know what? In the long run, you are so passionate, so dynamic. You are so knowledgeable with everything. I really hope that in a few more years that you can be someone who represent Haiti. Like you should have, well, you know, you should really apply for Ministre de la Culture. Someone like you, I would love to see you in that type of position because as someone who's also in 2013, the youth agency participated into the Caribbean Innovative Challenge contest, and it was my first contest regionally. And the afflux of demand, because I'm not an artisan, but I brought in a lot of the craft from the people who made it with iron, so avec le fer. And I sold out everything that I bought, right? And there was a huge demand. I was in Barbados. There was a huge demand from Haitian artists. Like, so many people said that Haitian artists worked a lot better than a lot of different artisans in the Caribbean. And this is something that I heard coming from people who were there, but from St. Martin, people who were there from Jamaica. So what you said initially with having a country with a certain type of destination, I always knew that Haiti should be a country for an art destination, because the level of creativity that Haiti has is just like amazing. However, even with the level of creativity that Haiti has, the political scene is not necessarily giving us the chance to shine, right? So everything that you said is so empowering, it's so refreshing. Obviously, my audience, oh, please excuse the dogs. Obviously, my audience is going to understand that Haiti is not, they're going to understand that you are definitely a woman who is knowledgeable. So you know your stuff. You're not just someone who decided to do a business and you didn't understand market study, you didn't understand market evaluation, you didn't understand like production. They're, by listening to you, they're definitely going to hear that you are knowledgeable. One thing that I want us to probably touch on is, what are the steps that you followed soon after that initial phase? So the initial phase of you and Stephanie having the idea that, hey, you know what, we could actually sell. Did you actually sit down with yourself when you were now giving the artisan the design? What was the step that you followed? Because that's the differentiation. Bijoux Lakay has been operating for 20 years. You've had so many levels of success. Your vision is big. And this is what people need to understand. Your vision has evolved. You're operating a new market. You're constantly creating. So what was that? If let's say that you were talking to a young entrepreneur, qui sort à di moun sa, qui step que ou follow, qui discipline que ou appliquer, qui fait que ou arrive jusque là, qui fait que toute porte sa yo ap ouvert pour, qui fait que tout moun sa yo ap relé ou. Qui sort à di un jeune entrepreneur?
Okay, so the first thing I would say that when you just realize you can sell, the first thing you have to structure the business. When I say structure the business, you need to know your numbers. And this is something maybe that is really missing in Haiti. So you need to have a structure. It can be like a accounting application, but it can be something very simple like having a spreadsheet where you have to look at your numbers. So I know Haitian, we don't like to take note, we don't like to write, but if you're running a business and you're doing something seriously, you need to have your information. You need to understand your turnover of your inventory, turnover of your client paying you on time. So you have to study those trends. So you can see, okay, this product, maybe I should produce less because this is not the product people really like. Or maybe I have to reevaluate this product because this product might not be really, people don't give it the welcome that you are expecting, because that happened a lot. But it was really the structure. And I was very lucky, Rebecca, I have to say that, because I take advantage of so much training. So yes, I'm a business. Yes, this is what I study, but I follow so much studies. I went to so much course training in craft, because craft is a field. It's different than people buying, for example, furniture. It's different. So there's a way to build that. So I take a lot of training with Artisan Business Network back in the days. I take a lot of training with Kellogg University. I take a lot of training in Altos de Chavon, in Santo Domingue, in La Romana, in Dominican Republic. I spent like 1 month in artistic residence in Altos de Chavon. So I learned about the production. I learned about how to incorporate other metal in the bullhorn. So those are things you invest money, you invest time, you invest energy. And back in the days also there was a trend, as I say, that was, you know, empowering craft. So you have a lot of trainer coming in Haiti just to give those courses. So I was make sure to be always present. I even follow a course about innovation, how to create, and it was shared by the same people who work for Walt Disney, just to give you an idea, you know. So you have all those training coming up, and you learn so much. And I read a lot. So for example, IDB, it's one of the institutions that invests a lot in what we call economy orange. Craft fashion is part of orange economy. So I read a lot of reports, and so to understand, to have a better understanding. And also I had the chance also to be supported by Caribbean Export for a lot of years. So when I say support, I got a mentor, I got a coach for 1 year. Okay, so they have like a regional competition, and I was the one. We were two for Haiti: Creole Essence and Bijoux Lakay. So Creole Essence, they are in the hair product. People know, they are very well known. They are in Utah Beauty, so very, very respectable brand. So we were two for Haiti. So we went for 1 year of what they call technical assistance, where you have a coach or mentor that work for you, like with you, like every week. I will say for 3 months, they help you to understand where is your failure. I will not say failure, challenge. Where is the area you have to improve to do better? And they give you money also. For example, me, I was very picky about my production. I was very picky about having my own catalog in very professional way. So they invest with you, they give you the technical assistant, someone to help you to do that, to build your campaign. You learn also. We even have people as teaching us how to get in the wholesale market, because the first time I did the wholesale, it was terrible. I lost money because I didn't know how to do that, but I learned it from all those training I had to go to. I made like trade show like with New York Now, that is one of the biggest one in the craft industry. So, and also when you go to those training, you can also go to, when you go to those trade show, you can also go to the training they offer for free to the exhibitor. So I went to that also. So I have to say that I learned a lot by experience, but I go to, I would say, to school also to learn about this, because there's no magic. It's the same rule, the same laws for craft in Haiti or in Ghana or in Marrakesh or in Ecuador is the same. Same reality, same rules apply, you give the same result. So I would say that I took full advantage of all those training, and I keep educate myself also. So I believe in this, in education as an investment in yourself to be better also.
Wow, thank you so much. And this is exactly what I try to tell people who constantly say that they want to be entrepreneur, but they don't want to invest in themselves. Entrepreneurship takes a lot of self-investment. You are literally constantly studying your market, you are studying your craft, you are studying what you're doing. So you answered all of the questions. And I really, really hope that people who are going to come back and listen to it, they are definitely going to take their notes. Now, Daph, I want to know what keeps you motivated in terms of like continuing to pursue this work, even when IT is still constantly going through so many challenges. Like, what would you say to someone who either want to create a business in Haiti, or someone who is teeter-tottering, like feeling like, is there a lane for me in Haiti? How can I, either it could be, let's say that this question could apply to anyone that is going to come back that may not be from Haiti, but that is considering the market of Haiti. For someone who's been evolving for 20 years, strictly here in Haiti, how is that aspect? Like, how challenging is it? And what do you have to share?
I will say that don't forget my last position. My last position in the corporate world in Haiti was at the Haiti, at the Agency for Investment Promotion. So I'm someone also who got the training to help people who want to invest in Haiti to do that. And this is a conversation I always have. And there's numbers also, just that you know. Haiti is a country that is full of potential, but is I will not say Haiti is full of opportunity. There's a big difference. Opportunity means that you have the structure, you have the rules, you have the support, you have everything that allow you to come and grow. Okay, but Haiti has the potential because Haiti, if you look at Haiti, you take a time and look at it, you will see everything have to be done in Haiti. So whoever wants to invest, for example, in the tourist field, Haiti is the best because all the other island, you will see they have resort, they have everything in the coast. Haiti is one of the country with the coast with basically nothing. You just have Wild the Cameroon that's there, that's it. And Wild the Cameroon is not that much in terms of coast occupation. So just in the tourist industry, there's so much to do and there's so much potential that is just crazy, to be honest with you. Same thing for the craft. So the craft industry in Haiti, it's it's not something that is isolated. It's really close to the tourists. It's also close to the gastronomy. It's also close to the painting. It's close to everything that is part of the creative art. The reason I'm very drive about, I think it's important to keep doing what I'm doing. First, it's I have so much artisan that live from what I'm doing. I might not be the one living from what I'm doing, but my artisan did. And you will be surprised to say to listen that Bijoux Lakay is my best business card. When I say that, someone when they see that I am Bijoux Lakay, you can understand the respect people give it to me. Even and you will laugh at this. I work in one of the top company in finance industry. My office is in Manhattan. My big boss is a white man, blue eye, Jewish. Say it. And the guys send me an email. All of this out of nowhere. Daphnee, believe me or not, I was just watching a Conan O'Brien show, and who I saw my friend Daphnee, and he sent me a picture, a screenshot. And I'm like, Jesus, it was like 6 years ago. How did the guy find this? Just to explain to you the respect people pay to me just to see that I'm an entrepreneur in Haiti. You're an entrepreneur in Haiti, you can be an entrepreneur anywhere because Haiti is one of the most difficult. You can be successful in Haiti. I'm not sure how you cannot be successful everywhere because there's no way Haiti cannot help you to go over all the challenge that you're going through. I want to keep doing it in Haiti because I think Haiti have its chance through the arts and the creative industry. I think this is what gonna save Haiti. I think this is what gonna give Haiti is in French we say de l'excellence de noblesse. I think this is what gonna make a difference for Haiti. So for me, if all of the people working in the craft, like when I say that, I'm talking about the big name, I'm talking about Felicia with the collection, I'm talking about David, I'm talking about Sanzilu, I'm talking about those big names that we've been doing that for years. If we decide to give up, what's going on? You know, what's gonna represent this country? Because if you talk about Haiti, you will all only see the negative part, but if you talk about the art, about the creativity in it, this is where we can talk. We can even talk as a person. This is the only thing left for us. This is our history and our creativity. So if we give it up, what's gonna be left for this Haiti? What's gonna be left for the other generation? What I'm gonna say to my kids, you know? So this is why I felt that everyone have to play their role in this. And if you have been very lucky, very how can I say that, very lucky and very blessed to have art, to have the talents, and you've been helping people, we've been also build your reputation, because I did really build a strong reputation because of the what we were doing. So Haiti helped me a lot also building my international branding. This is the bare minimum I can do to make sure that people know that this is what we do. And as I said, concretely, my artisan, they live from that. So they need the revenue. They need the income. They need it.
Thank you so much. I concur everything that you said, especially with the level of respect that people will give to anyone who is able to strive in a country like Haiti. For me, only living
and choosing to live in Haiti, the level of opportunity that are coming at my door is ridiculous. So this is why I still encourage people to look into the market of Haiti, because I tell them constantly, yes, the surface and the appearance, it is very, very challenging. However, if we are able to, like, shoot our best shot, then it's gonna get to that destination. Now, I have two questions for you before we jump into your new business endeavor that you are doing. The first question that I'm going to say are, can you tell us the three disciplines that you were able to apply that got you there? Like the three disciplines. What did you constantly do for three disciplines that you applied that got you to this point that you are right now? And the second thing that I want us to probably touch on is, as someone who's been in business regionally, internationally, here in the market, what are the challenges that you face as a business person with the Haitian government? Like, if you had, because I said, okay, Daph, I feel like you should be someone who sat as a ministre de la culture. If you had this position, what would you change? Like, what would you implement? What do you feel is stopping Haiti from, comme si percer? So what would you change si tu étais ministre de la culture, par exemple?
Okay. So the first thing I have to say, they did propose me once to be Minister de la Culture. I declined it because I'm like, there's no way I can work with this kind of mindset, because Minister de la Culture, just like if you look at the budget of the government, you will see this is one of the ministers that have the less money. And the structure of this ministry, you have more people like the support than technical one. So for me, until people understand that the culture is a serious field, there's no way you can make a change. So for me, this is one of the reasons I did decline it years ago when they proposed me this position. And I know also, how can I say that? You have you have this generation that is holding this country, and they are not even ready to realize, okay, we failed. Let's just move and let the new generation do what they can. This is this is sad, because I never saw a generation destroy a country like those people now, that in power. I never saw this, and you're not even understand why this hate for the whole country. So young people, and we say it, we're not doing any political here, but let's say it loud. Look at what happened to Dominique Dupuy. Dominique Dupuy is our age. It's a young lady, and she was doing her best. For me, it was, and she said there's never a best time to serve your country, and I agree with her. But in the same time, we know that they will never let her do her best, and this is this mindset from this generation. Those people just destroy the country, and they just make sure that nobody take over this country. So for me, until we have those people in power, there's no difference we can do as young people. I might be wrong in my thinking, but again, this is how I think. So I will say that the first thing, if you want really, to have a minister de la culture that is structured, you really need to make a cleanup, because as I said, you can't have a minister de la culture that have more support people than technical people. Culture is a field like I would say fishing, like agriculture. It's a field. So you need structure, you need people who know the field, you need like to have a vision for the field. So we don't even know, except carnival, except like fête patronale, what they are doing. If they have a plan, we don't know. So this is a very high concern, and until you have a very powerful minister de la culture, it will be difficult to have a very powerful field, because the government have to play its role. I will say that I've been support. I will not say that the government has support me, but let's say it when they have like exhibition, and even it's from foreign, let's say from the embassy or from the consulate, they want to do something beautiful, they did invite me. So I participate. But if you're talking about like structure, etc., I did receive the support more from international agency more than the Haitian government. And honestly, I understand, Rebecca, because you don't have a country where, for example, education is well structured. You don't have a country when health is well structured. So they have so much more that they should focus. That I do understand they don't focus on me, because for some reason I can find the support everywhere. I could find it other place. But what about the other entrepreneur that can't? This is the real question. So for me, I didn't need that much from the government to do what I achieved, because I did understand very fast how the field worked, and I said, okay, I have to position myself more in the Caribbean region than just staying in Haiti. I have to position myself more in the United States than focus in Haiti. So it was easy for me to switch and understand and and work through this. And but I will not say it was the case for most of them entrepreneur in Haiti. So this is maybe where I think that there's something that should be done, and it doesn't have to be done directly with the government fund. It could be you can just the way you can put some project together, and you will have sorry, so much international stakeholder that will be more than happy to finance. I've been working in this field also, so I know it just taking the initiative to have this money. So there's so much money sitting in so much project, waiting for project to be financed, and we don't take full advantage on it also. So this is something that I'm sure this is something I will definitely have a better use of this money sitting there that could make a difference. And you're talking about the three like discipline that I implement also in my business that make a difference. I will say that the first thing, it's like I always doing market study. Always. When I say market study, I always looking for the trend, always looking what's going on. I always. The second thing I do is like a branding, because I don't believe like just selling the thing like this. You need more than just selling. You need good quality of picture, you need good quality of logo, you need good quality of presentation. You need something that is professional. So for me, it has always been something important for us in Bijoux Lakay. And I will say, to finish, it's really the quality control. So this is the reason you have pieces that have more than 10 years, more than 12 years, more than 15 years. So it's because we make sure that when we sell something, it's something of quality. Of course, you will have some mistake, you will have some what they call défaut de fabrique. You will have that. It's craft, it's handmade, so that happen. But always make sure that we have a less percentage possible of this, so we make sure that people are comfortable to buy their gift from us. People are comfortable to buy stuff from us to give to people that mean for them. So this is why we invest a lot in the quality control also.
Yes, that.
Très bien. Exact. Très bien.
There's another one.
Yes. And this one has been there for 290, for 209, 209, 210. Yes. Those are more than 10 years pieces that you are showing here.
So, so many.
Yes.
Like I have so many of your pieces.
And you know
like
what
from
you
the
can do?
I don't have the new collection just
Yes.
yet.
What you can do also to have them shiny, because over time they will less their shiny. You can put some almond oil on them, and they will get the shiny back. It's important to make sure that you do that.
I agree with everything that you said. I definitely concur when you talked about the generation that is prior to us. And one thing that I recently understood, I think it's recently, probably in the last 2 or 3 years, is that Haiti doesn't have anything in place for older people. So this is why you have some of these people, like there's no retirement plan in Haiti. There's nothing there for people that are 60 and up in Haiti. It's a realization that just clicked in my mind recently. And I understood why you have people who have been in position, and it's like, it's time for you to retire. It's time for you to step back, because you're not even moving. Like you said, they're not moving with the new technology. They're not, they're I don't want to be disrespectful, but they're not really literate in certain things. And
they don't even put the effort to try to figure out what the new generation, what is technology going on. But I'm realizing that these people, when you think about someone who's been only working in government position here in the country of Haiti for 20 something years or 50 years. So here the person is like in their 70s, and or let's just say in their 60s. And in your 60s in any other country, this is where you're looking at retirement plan, you're looking at cash for retirement, you're looking at doing something for your own leisure. But you got these people that been in a governmental position in a country where there's no infrastructure, no technology. So a lot of times they're only working with pen and pencil. A lot of times they're not like, it's not like you are working in institutions that are sending you out for training, working out an institution where it's kind of like in 5 years you are in at a different level. So now you have those individuals, they're looking at it like, qui ça m'bral faire? Like, mwen gen 65 ans, I'm still very young, but m'pa gen kob, there's no money. And I'm not to say anything about them, but this is just so that people can have a background into why we still have those people and they refuse to get out. They refuse to get out. But it's because qui sa yo pral fè? En pile nan yo, it's not like they can go to the United States. Qui travail que yo pral fè à 65 ans? Qui travail que côté yo pral aller? Ouais, ça me fait tout là. Donc c'est ça qui vient problème qui fait que nous même qu'on y a, it's like that's like you said, this is the generation where those of us that are interested in governmental positions should apply. But you got the other generation that are 30 years older than us. They're looking at us like, absolutely not. Where you come in, because they are afraid of change as well. These are not people that are progressive. These are not people that really want to see change, like concrete change. Like they're looking at it like, yeah, things have to change. No, they don't want to see that. But I'm really, what I say is that just like, you know, Ministre Dupuis went in and she tried her best, many of us have got to go. I feel like a lot of us have got to be the people that are in those positions to crash down the system. Otherwise, it's not going to get anywhere, and we're still going to be in those same position with those same individuals that are not fully equipped, that are not understanding how to run and operate anything, but they are the one who have those positions. So it takes for people like herself, and yeah, you know, she didn't succeed this time, but I'm hopeful that maybe in another 5 years she's going to continue, and other people are also going to join. So thank you so much for doing that and for stating that, because you know, it's the truth. C'est écœurant, but c'est quelque chose que j'ai réalisé récemment. C'est parce que y a rien en place pour équiper les gens qui ont plus de 60 ans en Haïti.
It's true.
C'est pour ça que
it's true. 100% true. And I work in retirement planning, you know, in where I work. And people stop their retirement planning in their 20s, because this is something you want to make sure that you have enough money when you're retired so you can keep at least the same level of life. So I'm doing investment for people in their 30s because they want in their 50, in their 60, they are fine, they have enough money. So this is a real concern in Haiti, because let's say if someone work in the public sectors, how much they're paying those people, you know, how much they are paying those people. So even you will say, okay, the person can have enough money to invest, to have another side of business that become. But again, Haiti is not poor because we decided. Haiti is poor because people in Haiti are poor. This is the reality. So when you have this, that's not helping. Definitely that doesn't help. But what I can say, and I'm not gonna stay that much in this because, you know, I'm very passionate about finance also, but when you look at people having owner and the money in owner, the real question is, okay, what they are doing with the money in owner? Because we could do so much more. We could have a better use or better management of this money. So really this money can grow. And when these people are ready to be retired, they can have a decent paycheck. Because I'm looking at what I'm doing for the retirement planning of my client, how I invest the money, how I make sure they have enough, how I make sure they have a good return of the investment. So when they decide to return it in 20 years, in 15 years, they have enough money so they can have a good quality of life. I'm not sure there's have this reflection that has been made with the owner money. Just the money they take and they borrow people. People don't even take the time to reimburse this money. So all those people who have been contributing in owner, me including me, because I've been contributing in owner for the last time I was working in the private sectors. So those money that I contribute for 10 years, I feel it's a money that I lost. I don't think it's a money I will ever see in my life, you know. So this is the reality. We don't have any retirement planning, and the fact that the society is there wasn't any study, there wasn't any reflection about how to build this community of the society. It impact everyone because, as you said, if the person have enough income, they will be ready, they will be happy to retire. You look at people in their 55, they say, I want to be retired.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Haiti, they don't want to be retired. So that's a reality. There's a reality, and I think you're perfectly right. It's because they don't have income. So when they retire, how are they gonna live? You know?
Yeah.
This is the reality.
Ce que j'ai réalisé, excuse-moi de jump in, you know, those are things that I realized by living here back in Haiti, especially living with, you know, my family, with the person who takes care of the house. You know, when you're looking at her and she is elderly right now, the person cannot do the chores anymore, the person cannot work anymore, but you would dare if you were to tell her that she needs to leave. So I never understood that. And I remember that, you know, at the time where I would you know, tell my mom, like, you really have to let her go and get somebody new because she can't work anymore. But now I'm understanding that, okay, she's probably looking at the fact that she doesn't want to go also because her income is supporting a lot of the people in where she's from. So she's looking at it like, okay, she can see like they have to hire 2 other people just to support her because she cannot do the work anymore. But she still doesn't want to leave. And she doesn't want to leave because whatever she's getting paid is supporting her family where she's from. So she doesn't want to lose it because it's like, what is she going to do? She knows that she's already old, but what is she going to do? So this is where I say it's a crude reality when you're really looking at the way that people are living in Haiti. And second, like, I don't understand. It's a nation. This is why I say Haiti is really not a country. Because nothing is functional in this country. Nothing is operational in this country. Yes, we took our liberty and we became the first free Black republic. However, over the times, there's a lot of things that we did not put in place. And people are reluctant to have those changes because they're comfortable. I feel like a lot of people in Haiti are comfortable in the manner that they are living, because if you were not comfortable, you would want change, concrete change. You would want for things to actually evolve. That's how I'm looking at it. But I'm still hopeful, just because of our generation. But like I said to many people, I cannot do the work alone. Everybody, tout le monde doit mettre la main à la pâte. And you know, it's I don't know how, but I'm hopeful. I'm still a little hopeful because you have new generation. You have the upcoming generation. They're not like us. You know, they are seeing things differently. Yon moun ki an deyo, ou pa ka dim ke ou sot net parce que ou gen accès avec un téléphone, ou gen accès avec internet. Ou wè ki jan monde lan fonctionner. Ou wè combien comme ou ka fait simplement avec téléphone. So ou pa ka di ke ou ka chita simplement pour pas gonti dégager. So that's why I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful because the world is evolving. I'm hopeful because technology is evolving. So eventually next time they like in 5 years you pa plan encore parce que you pa ka sustain mode la up move too fast. They're gonna even say yo même ki la they're gonna understand that they need other people to support the country. That's how I'm looking at it. So yeah, with that being said, Daph, I want us to close off with your new business venture because you are the co-founder of Business Bridge. So can you tell us a little bit more about this company, what it does, and you know, how can people participate? Because I'm fairly new to that. I feel like it's a great initiative that you have. So let people know about that as well.
Okay, so thank you. So for Business Bridge, so what we do, Business Bridge is really more about my last experience when, you know, I had the chance to work with the government, and when I see how was the process for people who want to invest in Haiti. So a lot of people, when they want to invest in Haiti, they just, call a cousin, call a family and say, okay, I'm going to invest this masa, and a lot of time when the people come, there's no investment. Comme la tête, c'est pour mille et une choses, sauf investissement. And what is funny, a lot of people don't know there's structure that are in place. There's incentives that are in place that exist to help people do that. So what I do, we studied recently, but what I really do now, we work with a lot of different institutions. That one, for example, we do a studied market for the craft and tourist industry. This is why I was telling you about all those numbers, because I make a lot of study, I make a lot of research, I collect a lot of data about this, so I can see, okay, this is, if someone wants to invest in tourism, someone wants to invest in craft, I did produce a document, and the agency for investment promotion in Haiti, I had I had the chance to do this work for them. It has been financed by IDB. I also worked for them recently where we got the Haiti Investment Forum in New York. So we put it together for them. And again, it was like still in the field. We don't do event normally, but because it was like we had to give the support, we had to go through this. And so what I really do is really help people who want to invest, like who want to invest in Haiti, or someone who just want to launch a business and they're not sure about, the guidance, how to do, what is the next step. So I really help people in this area. It could be a service, it could be a product service. I definitely help people, but it's really more people in the entrepreneurship. Like, it's not like I'm not doing training, okay? It's not really my field, but I really help people in like be like a coach, like a mentor for them, and also, as I said, work with institutional entities. Could be government, it could be like different international stakeholders, where really I go through, like, let's say their funding they have, and say, okay, what kind of project we can put together to help those funding go through, so some people, some community could benefit. So when I was working, I was the COO for the Agency for Investment Promotion before I left Haiti. So before I left, I put together a program, and this program was really helpful for the craft and the aromatherapy industry, where we help them, all those technical assistant I got for different years. So I just put that together in a project. So I said, okay, this is how I get to the international market. I got the assistant to reinforce my business. I work on my branding. I work on my catalog. I go to exploratory mission. I did trade show. I make sure I have a catalog that meet the niche market I have, and of course I sit down and have a niche market, and this is how I got all my product in those field in all those stores. So I just duplicate this, and we make sure that we got like 40 company that been in those different cohorts, some from the aromatherapy and the craft, and I see how the difference it was for the people. So money is very important to make a difference in a community, but in Haiti, you don't have a money problem. You just have a vision problem, because the money is there. The money is just there waiting for people to take them. But again, we need to know how to do that. And it was an expertise I could develop over the years with my business management background, with all my experience and all those experience I made also as an entrepreneur. So that helped me craft. So I felt this is something I can do, I want to do. And I really want people to take more advantage of what I learned over the years, because it's like it's a lot of there's a lot of things that I've been able to
Where
learn.
can people reach? If someone were to watch this and were interested, do you have an email? How can people contact you?
Of course, we have an email. We have it's like my name. It's at the Daphnee Business Bridge, and Business Bridge. We didn't put any social media yet. I have to say that, because I want to really more structure. I'm really a structure person, because when you are really structured, the process go by itself. So this is why but technically next year you should see more about Business Bridge. You see more posting, see more like people reach out to me like, I want you to help me in this, I want you to help me in stuff. So now I had more people coming to me for the support, so I didn't have that much time to put the, word out about it. So again, it's more institution, and institution is good, but institution needs a lot of follow up also. So we are really more in the institution phase, but the goal is really to be like available for private sectors or people who want to do that, so we can really help them.
Okay. Well, Daph, thank you so much. This was such an empowering
Yes,
conversation.
it
You are full of knowledge. You are dynamic. You are beautiful. You are engaging. And I really, really know that people are going to learn so much. And this is a first. We are definitely going to stay in contact because I feel like there's so much more that I could like learn from you as well as bring forth to Bijoux Lakay and potentially your new endeavor business. Rich, thank you so much for being here with me, my
Thank
love.
you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Rebecca, again for the invitation. I really appreciate. I work you a lot of, I know it's the last show also you said for the year. So next year we want to learn, we want to hear more about the agency and our work. I know it's not easy to do the simple thing. I know it's not easy, but I give you all my positivity, all my light, because I know what you're doing is not easy, but I do encourage you to keep doing that. And again, thank you for having me. And it was such a pleasure to talk with a former classmate, former dance classmate also back in the days, and one of my first clients also. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You have a beautiful
You
evening.
too. Thank you, dear.